Philadelphia. Philly started off hot, but it was all Knicks after that. New York outscored the Sixers 33-21 in the second quarter. Welcome on in. I'm Taylor Brooks with Dirk, Steve, BG, and UD. Kind of a tale of two quarters there, guys. I mean, the Knicks were stellar in the second. 33-point shot, 57% from the field, Dirk.
Yeah, I thought the 76ers came out like you're supposed to do. At home, you're down 2-0. You're supposed to carry the energy and take over. But the Knicks recovered beautifully there in the second quarter. Got their offense going, scored, like you said, 33 points. Bridges was great. Brunson got to his spots, to his pull-ups. Here you see a pull-up three. Did fantastic play. I thought their bench really changed the game. It was fantastic. So just a great second quarter to take the lead there for the Knicks.
Yeah, Dirk, I agree completely. I thought Philly came out not only offensively, but just defensively. Their ball pressure was great. They were picking up high, picking up right past the half-court line, putting a lot of pressure, flying around. They got their hands on loose balls, Maxey to Edgecombe, getting in transition from that. And then that went away. And some of that was maybe just the game, the flow of the game. It got a little weird, but, there was a play in the second quarter where mistakes are going to happen in the playoffs, but the response to the mistake is the thing that matters the most. And that's not the way they started the game. So it's disappointing to see that sort of change for them. They can get it back, but just come out of the locker room, be ready to go. I mean, this game by no means is out of reach for Philly.
Well, it's been very entertaining watching Cat and Embiid play what kind of looked like a different sport out there. Physical game between
wrestling.
those two. Wrestling, football. They both have 3 fouls in the first half.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, I love that guys get into it and start to play personally, but I think it's really important for Philadelphia that you play with emotion, but you're not emotional.
I'm sorry. Why are so many people on the floor, Steve?
You're right.
There's a lot happening.
You guys, this is WWE.
Listen, man, no, I get it. You guys got something against each other, but cluttered minds equals slow decisions and slow feet and bad decisions. Right now, both of y'all already got slow feet. That's how we can count that out. Now you're making bad decisions. You're hurting your team by sitting on the bench right now because whatever you got personal with that other guy, that has nothing to do with that. That's selfish. Take that out of the game. Focus on helping your team win basketball games. That's all you need to be worried about. If you want to square off, go do it after the game. And neither one of y'all gonna do it. So why are we doing this? Play basketball. Help your team win.
Yeah. And those are those emotions that you're talking about, Steve.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm looking at Joel Embiid. I mean, this guy's such a great talent. Didn't play in game 2. In game 3, he's got to come out. He's hunting fouls. He's getting into it with Cat. For right now, just be solid. Try to win the basketball game. You are such a talented player. They need you. Get down to brass tacks.
All right, well, Mitchell Robinson had one of the highlights of that first half, catching the lob for Joel Embiid.
Dunk him.
That's for my friend Cat.
Another bad decision by big fella.
The half presented by AT&T continues after this. For the Knicks. And tonight, that series moves to Philly, TBD, how many Knicks fans get there, where the Sixers are looking for their first win of the Eastern Conference semifinals, and the Knicks are trying to take a 3-0 lead. Now, both teams had some injury concerns coming into tonight. OG Anunoby has a hamstring injury. Joel Embiid has an ankle sprain and a sore hip. And for more, we welcome in our girl, Cassidy Hubbard from Philadelphia. Cassidy, what is the latest?
Well, first things first, there are some Knicks fans in here, just letting you guys know already.
They got there.
They got here. Also, Joel Embiid, the news just crossed that he's officially in. I just watched him do his pregame workout to the strain. So the belief is if this were a Game 7, guys, he'd be giving it a go. But they're operating with an abundance of caution given the fact that they're up 2-0. And just a little note here, I passed Jordan Clarkson in the hallway, and if you've been following the internet, there's a lot of talk about him having the magic hands to heal OG, and he told me he's all good. I got him. So take that for what it's worth, guys.
Team player.
Yeah, very much so a team player. You look like magic tonight, Cassidy. Have a great game. Thanks for joining us. All right, as Cassidy said, no OG Anunoby. Looks like Deuce is going to be starting for OG. OG, though, has been a star in these playoffs. I mean, it is a big loss. What changes do you anticipate without him on the floor, Dirk?
Yeah, this is a big loss on both ends. The Knicks are actually 26-5 when OG scores 20 or more points. His versatility is amazing on both ends. He's been on fire on offense. He can do a little bit of everything. He can shoot, he can drive, he can slash. He's great in transition. But on defense, I think is where they're going to miss him the most. His versatility is he can guard up, he can guard down, he can switch everything. He can even block some shots. He's all over the place. He's a physical defender. So they don't really have anybody his size. So it's going to be interesting to see with Deuce starting. That makes them very small. Josh Hart is probably sliding over to Paul George. So they could be attacked tonight, and we'll see if Philly can do that.
Let's hope OG's back because he's on a heater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unbelievable
Yes.
basketball, averaging over 20 points on 60+% from the field, over 50% from three, averaging almost 8 rebounds, 2 steals, a block. And like Dirk said, I agree. I think the biggest miss for the Knicks is his size and defensive versatility. You know, he's able to guard up, guard down. He's able to get rebounds. He blocks shots. So his versatility defensively helps their coaching staff's game plan. And I think that's where they'll miss him the most.
Yeah, the Knicks scored 23 points off turnovers in Game 2, and OG scored 11 of them.
Wow.
So certainly a big loss there. But as we move on to Philly, through 2 games, we have really gotten both versions of the Sixers, with Embiid and without him. What stands out the most about how different they are when he's on the floor, UT?
Well, the biggest difference is me are the paint points. You would think when you bring a Joel Embiid back, your paint points will go up just because of how big he is, how dominant he is in the paint, and especially against the Knicks, who are averaging 57 paint points in this series. This is not the Boston Celtics. They are getting downhill. They're getting in the paint. The paint points go down with the Philadelphia 76ers when Joel Embiid comes into the lineup. It goes from 31 paint points to 36 paint points. The second chance points go down when he comes into the lineup, for 14 second chance points to 10 second chance points. So those things go down when Joel Embiid comes to the lineup. So that's why those guards have to be very intentional and very, very determined to get downhill, get in that paint, create some opportunities at that basket or get fouled.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Philly, they've had extended games. They've had a few games with Joel missing this season, so they are a little bit used to sort of playing without him and then getting him back, and they've done a good job of implementing that. One thing is they play a little bit slower. So a Philly team who has played the last 7 games off 1 day's rest, this could be beneficial. Slow it down a little bit. But, you know, if I'm the Knicks and OG out and Deuce in, I'm looking for the Knicks to continue to do a good job of pushing the pace. They're second in the playoffs in fast break points. And, you know, especially without a guy like OG, your pace, your transition points, and the more pressure you put on them there becomes a form of defense. So the more you can run Philly, the more tired they may be on the offensive end. So this is what I love. It's just another little tweak to a game plan.
You know, and I think we got to keep an eye on how the Knicks are able to attack Embiid, how Brunson's able to get him in pick and roll, how is he able to handle, you know, his cat minutes where he's got to handle Brunson in the pick and roll. See, we see here he's hunting Joel Embiid, and when he is in that drop, it just gives Jalen so much freedom to find his spot, to get in his rhythm, to make decisions. Here he pulls it back out, spaces the floor, flattens out, and he's just got him turning in every different direction he wants. So I think they're going to have to come in off the wings a little bit, give him more support, maybe be more up to the level, and be able to pressure from behind, because right now they just cannot allow Jalen Brunson to ISO Embiid all night.
Yeah, and if you're the Knicks, I understand how important OG has been and how great he has been, but all is not lost. Deuce McBride has excelled in that lineup with OG being out. His scoring goes up from 10 to 15.8. He goes up to 48% from the field, 50% from 3. Yes, defensively he is a different matchup, but in the postseason, the Knicks defense have actually been a little bit better with OG off the court. Not saying they're a better team, but the Knicks defense have been a little bit better with OG off the court. So it goes from 104.2 to 95.3. So obviously those guys are flying around. They figured out a way to combat that with OG being out. So all is not lost with OG being out, as great as he has been.
Man, if you thought Knicks fans didn't like you before that, no, OG slander, not going to help.
No, it wasn't.
You're right.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. Deuce McBride has done well, and the defense has changed, but OG is great.
I'm curious about the Knicks and what you do with Mitchell. Do you try to combat OG being out with a double big lineup? I don't know.
That's what sucks.
The answer is
because OG is the guy who you can put on Embiid when those guys get in foul trouble. Yeah. When when Embiid flops and then Cat gets 2 and Robinson gets 2, you have to have a guy like OG that can go over there and can do that. So that is where the biggest, I think, hole is going to be for the Knicks tonight.
All right, it's going to be a good one. Knicks fans, UD is sending you love. Time now for the Drive to Tip-Off presented by CarMax. Karl-Anthony Towns, he put up 20, 10, and 7 in the Knicks Game 2 win on Wednesday, averaging almost 8 assists during New York's 5-game playoff win streak. And Paul George, he's averaging 18 points in the series, knocking down 9 threes in the first 2 games against New York's. It is the Sixers and the Knicks in Game 1 of our doubleheader on Prime. New York City, I think it is.
Both New York.
Both New York.
NBA on Prime pregame is presented by CarMax. Want to drive?